If you're a first-time home buyer and you're thinking about buying a home here in 2023, you're going to want to watch this video. We're going to give you all the information about the new down payment assistance program that's out here in April 2023. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey guys, hey again, my name is Justin Short. I'm a realtor and team leader for the Short Real Estate team here in Temecula, California and Murrieta, California. And like I mentioned, this video is all about the brand new down payment assistance program that's only available to first-time home buyers. I'm going to give you guys all the information, tell you what I think some of the pros and cons are, and hopefully help you decide if it's something you want to try and take advantage of. And if you are interested, you are going to want to try and do that quickly because it's going to be a limited time frame for this program. So, but the first thing, if you are liking videos like this, if you want to know more about the cities of Temecula, Murrieta, and Menifee, if you want to know market updates, what's going on with the real estate market, if you want to know best neighborhoods, worst neighborhoods, where we recommend you live, all that type of stuff, please do me a favor. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. So obviously, it helps me, it helps the channel. Obviously, we're trying to continue to grow it. And if you have any questions, if you're thinking about making a move here to the area, I would love to hear from you guys. You can feel free, you can call, you can text, you can email. We have people that reach out to us all the time and happy to answer any questions, or of course, happy to help you guys with your actual move here. So let's go ahead and get into the program. So first, I guess this video is a little bit different. If you've watched several other videos, most of them I really don't have a lot of like traditional real estate talk about what is an escrow and best lenders and mortgage rates and FHA loans versus conventional loans, all that type of stuff. I think you can get that information from a million different websites where we try and give you hopefully some content that's just more localized, right, to here to our valley. But this is going to be different. So this is a brand new loan program that just came out over the last few days. Really over the last, I'd say 3 to 4 years, down payment assistance programs have really dried up. There are still a couple that have existed over the last couple of years, but they have such tight restrictions, they're really not practical, especially in most areas of Southern California, especially where we're at, Temecula, Murrieta, Menifee area. A lot of them are price point specific, or income specific, which can be difficult to live in a certain price point, stuff like that. So, however, this new program is, I think it's a really, really great thing. So basically, it just came out, and it's called the Cal HAFA Dream Home Program. So it's a really great program. So really the way it works is the Cal HAFA program is going to gift the buyer 20% for a down payment towards their first home. So really what that means, if you're gonna buy a $500,000 home, they're going to put 20% down for you. So in that case, that's $100,000 for the down payment that they give you as a gift, and it's that gift that needs to be repaid. And we'll get into more of the details on exactly how that works. And then say if that's a $700,000 home, 20% down is going to be $140,000 for the down payment. So it's really such a big chunk of money, and that's why what I mentioned before is the program's going to run out. So basically, the government has allotted, so I think it's $500 million toward this. It's a Senate bill. $500 million has been allotted for this Cal HAFA Dream Home Program, right? And it sounds like a lot of money, but when each time, if they're putting down $100 grand, $120,000, $140,000 a pop for each house, that money's going to dry up really quick. So right now, the expectation is, at least here in California, that that program is going to last probably about 60 days. So really what we're recommending our clients is, if this is something you really want to take advantage of and you are thinking about buying a home anytime this year and the idea of a down payment assistance program, it makes sense to you, then you're going to want to try and do this and probably really hope to put a property under contract over the next 30 to 45 days. Because you don't want to do is kind of bank on this program. 2 months from now, you really try and get into it and all the money's dried up, right? So it's something that I've had a lot of inquiries about. I've had a lot of clients reach out to us, ask more questions. Obviously, we have people with our lender that are going through the approval process, and we are starting to write offers for people that have been approved for this program, and so the funds are going to get used, and they're going to get used super quick. So the way it works is they're going to give you that 20% for the down payment. So really it lets you as a buyer, let's take that example, it's a $500,000 home, they're going to give you that 20% for the down payment, you're going to finance 80%, okay? And at some point that money needs to be refunded and repaid to the government. I guess the government is the right, it needs to be repaid back to the people that gave you the money. I guess we'll say it's the government. But you're gonna have to pay that back, and the way you do that is either when you sell the property or if you refinance the property. So you are allowed to refinance the property one time without paying back that original 20%, but after that, that money needs to be refunded. And the way that it works is, let's say, for an example, $500,000 home, you get your $100,000 as the gift. Let's say you sell that house for $700,000. So when you go to sell it for $700,000, the government is going to take that first $100,000, right? Because that's the money that they had loaned you, okay? And then in addition to that, they are going to collect 20% of the profit from the purchase price to your new sales price. So in that case, from $500,000 to $700,000, that's a $200,000 gain. They're going to take 20% of that, which is $40,000. So they're going to take that original $100,000 they gave you plus 20% of the profit. So in that example, that would be another $40,000 that they're going to get. So they're going to be refunded $140,000, and then you as the buyer are going to be able to keep the rest of the equity. Okay, and so that would be a con, right? Is in the future the government's going to get 20% of your equity there. Okay, so why would someone want to do that? Well, the one big reason why you want to take advantage of that is, one, it allows you to buy a home today with no cash out of your pocket. Okay, it allows you, if you have cash saved up, it allows you to take that cash and put it in your savings account, give you a really nice nest egg, lets you invest it in other places, gives you just some peace of mind as a nice piggy bank to fall back on, right? And really it lets you get into a house with really no cash out of pocket, maybe just some closing costs that you have to pay, and so it really takes out the risk of your down payment, right? All your money isn't tied up in the house, and when the house eventually appreciates, which we think that it most likely will at some point, right? Then the government will be able to get repaid that. So I think it's a really good thing to take advantage of, especially if you are coming in as a first-time home buyer and you have a low down payment. Like, so I had my lender put together some payment scenarios for you guys. So let's go. We'll go over that. All right, so the payment scenarios that I had mentioned, so hopefully we can have like a little graphic popping up here and give you a little breakdown here. But basically, let's say you are in a position that you are thinking about buying your first home this year, okay? The hardest part about buying your first home is saving up your down payment, okay? So let's say you've taken the last 2-3 years, you've saved every penny, you've kind of scratched and you've clawed and saved away all your extra checks and any extra money, and every time you sold something on Facebook or whatever, but you've got your down payment, okay? And you've now decided, I'm going to buy a $500,000 home. Great. And I've been able to save up 5% for my down payment on my first home, so which is great. I mean, it's $25,000. That's very, very difficult for the average person to be able to save up, right? It's a hard thing in your first home. Okay. So you're going to buy a $500,000 home. You have your 5% down. Right now, with the way things are, with where current interest rates are, and an average tax rate, if you buy that $500,000 home, your monthly payment with no HOA is going to be right about $3,700 a month. So $3,707 is the payment breakdown that I saw. So that's 5% down. That's a 1.25% tax rate, which is very standard for our area. Has some what they call PMI, and that has no HOA. So that's going to cost you $3,707 per month, and you've put in $25,000. Okay. So now, if you take that same home buyer that's going to buy a $500,000 home, and they're putting their cash in, if they, instead of doing that, they did this Cal Halfa Dream Home program. Okay. So now they're going to buy a $500,000 home. They're going to have 20% for the down payment. That's actually going to be a gift from the government. Okay. So now their mortgage is really only going to be on $400,000. Okay. They're putting $100,000 down. Same scenario, same tax rate, no HOA. Their mortgage now is going to be $3,141 per month. Okay. So that's a huge difference. That's $560 difference, almost $70 difference per month. And not only that, I still have my 25 grand. So I can take my 25 grand, I can put it in the bank, I can put it in the stock market, I put it some other sort of investment, I can put it in some savings account that's going to earn interest over time, or just keep it as a, as a piggy bank for myself as a backstop. Okay, and now I have a much lower mortgage payment up front that lets it to be more affordable. Again, the con is in the future when you go to sell, you're going to have to repay that money, and you're going to have to pay 20% on the equity as well. So that's going to be the con. But it allows you as a first-time home buyer to be able to get into a home, especially when people feel like, hey, interest rates are a little bit higher right now, which makes the monthly payments a little bit higher, makes it a little bit harder to afford, right? It can be hard to afford $3,700 a month for your first home, right? That's not a inexpensive mortgage by any means, but if you can knock $560 off of that and have it be a lot more affordable, I think that's going to be a lot more enticing to a lot of people. And again, you can keep your cash in the bank. Okay, so that's payment scenario number one. When we took a look at a second payment scenario as well too. So next one is a $750,000 home. So we're going to run basically the same setup. $750,000 home. 5% down. So again, we've saved and clawed, and being able to save our 5% down, and kind of it's been our life savings, right? We're going to put that to buy our first home. 1.25% tax rate, no HOA, with your PMI. Your mortgage is going to be $55.62 per month. That's going to be a $750 home. And that's right now, if you guys are watching other videos, that's an average priced home in the city of Temecula right now, right? So, but it's bigger than probably most people's first home, but it gives you a really good example, okay? So now you take that, so $55.62 per month, and I've put my 5% down. I had to do some quick math, but the 5% down on $750,000 is $37,500. So that's the money you would have to put down. So if we compare that monthly payment to using the Cal Half a Dream Home program, so same scenario, $750 home. Now we're putting 20% down, which is a gift from the government, right? So that's gonna be there. So now we're financing significantly less. Same tax rate, 1.25% tax rate, no PMI, no HOA. Our monthly mortgage now is $47.12 per month. Okay, so that is from $55.62 to $47.12. So that's an $800 difference in monthly mortgage, and not only that, I have my $37,000 in my pocket. So again, I can take that, I can invest it somewhere else, I can do whatever else it is that I want to do, and it's a heck of a lot more affordable. And when you're getting these down payment assistance programs, it makes buying a home actually probably just as expensive, if not maybe a little bit less expensive than renting a house, right? Again, the con, you're going to have to repay it, and you're going to have to pay 20% of the gains, right? But it's at least you've been able to get in a home, you'll be able to get tax benefits, you're going to build equity over time, you get to pay down your mortgage and use that as a piggy bank. I think it's something that's going to make a lot of sense. So if you are a first-time home buyer and you've thought about purchasing a home this year, this is something you really want to think about. Again, you're probably going to have to take action over the next 30 to 45 days. You got to allow some time for pre-approval in there as well. So if you guys have questions, you can feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer anything or get you in touch with my lender that can help spell out some of the details as well. So hope you guys are liking the videos. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. Feel free, please call, text, email. Love to hear from you guys, and hopefully talk to you soon. Thanks.